A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.
Blog Talk Radio.
Thank you for tuning in with me once again to another edition of True Conservative Radio. And of course, I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, I want to thank everybody for tuning in with me. Before we get started, folks, I'd like for everybody to please bookmark and add to your favorites the blog at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. And the reason that we had another sporadic broadcast is because all the avid listeners of the True Conservative Radio program went out and, participated properly to facilitate another show by clicking some of the sponsors that are out here in a variety of different fashions. So I want to appreciate and say thank you to all those folks that basically inspired this show to happen. And once again, folks, ghostpolitics.blogspot.com is the official blog. And, of course, if you have anything to say to me, if you have some comments about the show, if you're getting a little butthurt, if you think that I'm a little politically incorrect or something, or if you appreciate the commentary, either way, I'd like for you to shoot me an email, ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. And, of course, folks, before we top it all off, if you want to figure out or be the first to know when I'm going to conduct one of these sporadic broadcasts, the quickest and fastest way is to add me to your following on Twitter. All right, I know it's a little fruity-ass little social arena, but, you know, people are responding to it, and it's effective. So please add me to your Twitter following at Ghost Politics. All right, twitter.com/ghostpolitics. Anyway, folks, it's been since yesterday since I conducted another broadcast, and, of course, the reason that we're having another one is because people are clicking the sponsors over there at the blog. But since we're here, let's go ahead and delve into the news. And one of the serious subject matters that has hit the airwaves, not only on the mainstream media, I don't even know if it's hit the airwaves on the mainstream media, let's put it that way, but it's definitely all over the hot wire on the Internet, and that is Google entertaining the idea of leaving the market of China. Yeah, you know, let me explain what's happening for you folks that are not familiar or haven't read up with the story. Apparently, Google has found out that there was an attack, so to speak, some sort of hacker-based attack that was conducted within the borders of the Chinese geographic region there, and they basically stopped short of saying that it was government related, but what the alleged, and you can look up the story, folks, it's right off the Associated Press. Allegedly, what Google is saying is that there was a hacker attack that jeopardized the integrity of their Gmail email system. And for you folks that are actual users of Gmail, according to reports that there were all but 2 emails that were safe. Basically 2 email accounts were compromised, and everybody else's email addresses were safe, according to reports. Now, what exactly were the hackers trying to do? Well, according to reports, they were trying to obtain information in the email accounts of certain individuals who are sympathetic to the Human Rights Association, or the human rights situation in China. Now, for you folks that are, you know, literally living under a rock, or, you know, basically are enthralled more with watching pornography on the Internet and really don't give 2 rat's asses about the news, the thing is China is one of the most abusive pieces of authoritarian, totalitarian governments on the face of the planet. Now, when Google approached the market of China, let's just take a step back for a second. When Google, I like Google, even though it's a left-leaning company when it comes to its political campaign contributions. You know, a good chunk of the money out here in the political campaign contribution accounts came from Google, and of course it went into the liberals' bank accounts. But I like Google, and I like its innovations, and I like what it's trying to do for the Internet. I like that it leaves the idea for the developer, if you happen to be enthralled with all that coding and C++ and Java and all that crap, it gives you the opportunity to fine-tune its programs to a certain extent. Now, what Google tried to do was enter in the market of China, because China, of course, has got, over 1 billion people? I mean, once the Chinese government starts paying the Chinese people a little bit more, I mean, that is a huge market. I mean, you got to think, we barely have 300 million people here in America, and we're consumeristic jerkasses. Just imagine the consumer base one could build in China with over 1 billion consumers. And every single multinational corporation and every single American company is trying to sink their teeth into the Chinese economy. Google is no exception. Now, what Google did is they went into the Chinese market and abided by the Chinese little communist rules. What Google reluctantly, according to reports and according to the founders, these are the reports out there. I don't know. I don't believe it. I'll hear it when I see it for myself, or I'll believe it when I see it for myself. Let's put it that way. But allegedly, the Google founders were reluctant in obliging the Chinese government in censorship on its Google searches and on its Google little services, but they still did it. The Google company and the company of Google still allowed the Chinese government to censor its services from the Chinese people. And that means limiting the availability of certain search words, certain keywords, monitoring certain malicious activity that the government deemed malicious or anti-government or anything of that fashion. But Google today finally said to the Chinese government, let me tell you something, all right? We're not going to take any more of this crap. And stopping short of saying that it was the Chinese government that orchestrated this horrific attack on what looked like American companies invested in China, basically this hacker attacked the integrity, and it was a targeted attack at those who were showing sympathy to the human rights situation. So that jeopardized the integrity of the Chinese population that are showing sympathy towards those that are having their human rights infringed upon by this authoritarian communist Chinese government. It jeopardized the integrity of those that are not living on the mainland but are sending email to those in the mainland that are sympathetic with the human rights situation in China. And this is a very serious situation, folks. This is very serious. I mean, it jeopardizes a lot of people's integrity. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, it jeopardizes my integrity. Because I correspond with people from China. I correspond with people from all over the world. And let me tell you something, folks. A lot of these folks that I correspond with in whatever country, they're using these corporate email accounts, Gmail accounts to be specific in this scenario. And it kind of, cringes my soul a little bit. I take one to the breadbasket when I entertain the concept that this greasy, disgusting, despicable, Mao Zedong worshipping Chinese government is actually using its own hacker capabilities or whatever it's doing to tap into multinational corporations so that they can monitor political and anti-political situations. I mean, this is a fine line right here that China is crossing. And let me explain. I know that many of you people are probably going to get bored here for a couple of minutes, so let me tell you, for all you fruity-ass little anime-watching perverts, if you want to go, watch an old episode of Sweatin' of the Oldies 10 and, go tickle your ball sack while watching it, well, get the hell out of here because this is a serious situation and this is something that I have prognosticated since day one. Now, this is serious for everybody that communicates with China out here. This means that this Mao Zedong government, this piece of trash communist government, is going through the emails of those that are conducting themselves properly within this privatized email system that is Google. China has no right, the government has no right to be trying to pinpoint individuals that are against their government, that are against their regime, that are against their damn stupid Maoist crap. And let me tell you something, if I'm on that list from China, I could give a rat's ass. Because I've been spitting on the Chinese government from day one. I hate Mao Zedong, and you can tell anybody I said that. He was a disgusting, hypocritical asshole that exploited the mentality of the peasant. He exploited the mentality of the peasant, and you can look back in history to prove that particular hypothesis because it's a fact. It's a damn fact. So what did Google do when they found out that their private networks, their private intellectual properties were infiltrated by a quote-unquote Chinese hacker? Well, they basically said, all right, that's about it. We're no longer going to hold up this censorship crap for China. We're no longer going to censor our searches within the country of China. We're no longer going to oblige ourselves to this ridiculous communist government. We're going to stop doing it. And at the same time, Google said that if China doesn't stop with their dumb Mao Zedong crap, that they'll pull out of the country altogether. That's right. They said that they'll pull out of the country altogether. Now, that's what I like to hear, folks. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear a multinational corporation that was born here in America, that was born on American sweat, on American capital, still showing some sort of patriotism, whether it's direct or indirect. All right? I appreciate the fact that Google said, screw you, China. Screw you and your stupid, idiotic, hypocritical communist system. You idiot Chinese communist. You want to play the game of international capitalism, and yet you want to still implement your authoritarian crap on the private sector. You still want to sit here and act like some Mao Zedong communist, authoritarian, totalitarian piece of crap to the private industries, to the private capital that's being invested in your pissing ground of a country. It's a shame. It's a damn shame, and that's why I'm saying I am for Google. If anybody happens to know Google, if anybody happens to know personally the presidents or the founders of Google, you email them this program, and you say it's about time. It's about damn time that we have American-born companies starting to be a little bit more patriotic and say, hey, we're not going to sit here and allow your stupid little communist Mao Zedong garbage to dictate private enterprise. I mean, you got to think, Google had just invested in some sort of a big division. I mean, they have some sort of Chinese regional headquarters out there, for heaven's sake. They had a considerable investment in China, and they're willing to take a loss on that investment in China and get the hell out of here because of their ridiculous, dumb Mao Zedong crap. And let me tell you something, I applaud Google. And there needs to be more companies like Google. There needs to be more private enterprise that say, hey, wait a minute, China, if you want to play the economic game out here, the global economic game, you can't sit here and hide behind your fictitious, hypocritical system. All right? The whole world, the whole rational world, the whole business world can see right through your hypocrisy. We can see right through your hypocrisy. So, I am making an ultimatum to the Chinese government. You either allow private enterprise to successfully integrate with your little pissing ground of a country and allow your little bureaucratic system that is hypocritical to begin with to slowly, incrementally allow itself to go into something a little bit more democratic, something a little bit more for the people. All right? I know you stupid, dumb bureaucrats out there in the Chinese government, I'm sure this is like pissing in your white rice and kung pao chicken right now, but you have to let go of that bureaucratic power, and you have to give capitalism the chance it deserves because your people are begging for it. Your people are begging for it. And you want to know why I know your people are begging for it, China? Because the Chinese government is participating in this game. You idiots are becoming billionaires, trillionaires! And now you want to pull this crap? Now you want to pull this crap on the private sector, China? Let me tell you something. It's not going to work. It's not going to work one bit, China. And I don't know whether you got your chopsticks shoved so far up your poop chute that, it's clogging up your rational thought process. But let me tell you something. It ain't going to work for you, China. It ain't going to work for you one bit. And another thing, like I was alluding to earlier, Google is a left-leaning corporation, in my opinion. Maybe they're not. But if you look at how many dollars went to the liberal regime from this company, one would ascertain that the probability of them being a leftist or a left-leaning corporation would be rather high. Now, it is refreshing to me to see a left-leaning privatized organization like Google give the finger to this leftist Maoist crap. And let me tell you, these liberals should really take notice to what just happened here, all right? Google, all right, one of the most influential or financially influential parties to the liberal regime's success today, gave the finger, all right, gave the finger to the Chinese government and said, hey, piss off, you authoritarian, bureaucratic, hypocritical, white rice-eating piece of trash. All right? You are oppressing your people in the name of capitalism, and then you're trying to throw communism and some authoritarian or totalitarian arm in private enterprise? I don't think so. All right? I don't think so. Absolutely not. We'll take a few callers here, and of course, maybe a few of them, maybe some of these prank callers that are doing a barrel roll and mud kips and all these stupid dumbass references out here, but hopefully people take notice about what's going on here in China, because this could be the tipping point out here. All right, this could be the tipping point of finally bringing down the stupid regime. I think that what we need here, in my view, this is my personal opinion, what we need here is the colon cleansing of all the regimes that are still holding on to ridiculous old institutionalism. And one of those parties, and you know, they're a main superpower party in this international anarchist system, the Chinese government. I think that it was a shame that the Western world and the entire world allowed the kids at Tiananmen Square to get mowed down and chopped up and shot up like a bunch of dogs, like they were subhuman. They got killed by the thousands for protesting in a pacifist manner, for sitting in front of Tiananmen Square conducting hunger strikes, and just sitting there and just doing pacifist, civil disobedience. And because this little civil disobedience episode struck such a spotlight with the international media, the Chinese government took it upon itself to rectify that problem before it jeopardized the integrity of their bureaucracy. I mean, do you understand what happened at Tiananmen Square? A bunch of bureaucrats told the military to go kill their own people for the sake of, keeping the integrity of their bureaucracy intact. Welcome to the stupid, dumbass Chinese government. And I think that now is the time more than any, to start forcing the hand on some of these dumbass countries that need to be flushed out of the colon pipe of old institutionalism. And I want to hear what you think. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We got 219. Are you there?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
What's going on?
Hey, man, it's just my opinion. I've been fighting this racial thing, quote unquote, for a long time. And my question is to you, everybody's here, we have something, they have something. Everybody feels that they're owed something. When do we come together as a people and realize that this is our country, and therefore we have to fight for that? And the problem I have is we're never going to reach that point. That's what I really, truly feel in my heart. We're not going to reach that point. Because we're all looking for a handout, Ghost.
I completely agree with you. I don't think we're going to reach that point either. I think that we have misdirected our gluttony. We have misdirected our empathy. And now those individuals that are, working Americans or that were working Americans fell hook, line, and sinker with the rhetorical nonsense that the liberals were singing during the last election. And now that it's come to flourish, now that they're in power, jobs are being lost at dramatic rates. The cost of labor is going down. And the bottom line is that now, instead of people demanding opportunity from private enterprise, instead of demanding opportunity, they're begging for handouts.
Ghost, we have to back up way before the last presidential candidate. We have to go way back and I personally think it's been planned. And I am a part of a multicultural family, and I see something different that most people don't see, and it goes way back because my grandmother is 96 years old, and I go to her and I say, Grandma, what's going on here? What am I missing? And she's telling me the same thing I'm telling you now. This isn't something that just happened 5 years ago. This has been going on for a long time.
No, I disagree with you there, sir, because I think that we had it great. All right, we had it great at post World War II up until the 80s. We had it fabulous. I mean, even in the 90s, when the technological revolution took off and inspired so much capital and inspired so many jobs and that sort of thing, we even still had it great economically up until then. But it was that transition, from what we knew of as America being the bastions of capitalism, of free markets. We are now becoming the victims of our own game. And now...
Ghost, we can go current on this. Why did we allow it?
Because we're stupid.
The average individual knows nothing about politics.
Well, whose fault is that? I mean, we got public libraries where people can go in for free at any point in time. Let me explain. These public libraries have all the information, sir. They have free internet access. They've got books up the wazoo that are funded by our tax dollars. And what are they doing? What are people doing with that? You got homeless people and other derelicts going into these public libraries, downloading pornography, and now the ACLU and all these other leftist groups have allowed that as a First Amendment right from the Constitution. So this is what we've done, sir. And who do we blame? I think we blame the people for being such complacent, gluttonous, fat jelly-ass assholes instead of participating in a government that was made by the people and for the people. And that's why I don't feel sorry for people. I don't care about the poor in America. I don't care about, single dish rag whore mothers that are shitting out 8 kids by 8 different fathers. I don't care.
No, you have a fantastic point. My question is, where do we go from here?
Well, I'm trying, and in my attempt, through my participation in my local government, because we got to do it at a local level, but through this show and my blogs and other things that I'm doing, I'm hoping to spark some mental synapses in the brains of those that are out there listening in, and instead of playing PlayStation or playing with their pecker watching pornography, what's going on?
Hear me out for a second. The very people that you accuse of not understanding, aren't those the very people that we need to wake up? In a matter of speaking, wake up. I hate that terminology. I apologize.
Well, what do you think I'm doing here, sir? What do you think I'm doing here? I'm trying to slap these people into reality, and all they're doing is accepting.
In my opinion, in my very own opinion, you're disrespecting people and you're calling them names, and the people that we need to wake up are not here on your show. They're not here because they can't afford it. Now, yes, there are programs where they can get it for free. I understand that. My point is, the very people that we need to get the knowledge to don't have this program. So you're basically preaching to the choir. Am I wrong?
No, I think you're absolutely wrong. I mean, you're assuming that we have to wake up, the losers of America? I mean, everybody...
You just reiterated that those are the people that are the problem.
No, I don't... Look, this is what I don't care about. I don't care about those people. What I care about is the middle class, the upper middle class, and everything above that, but especially the middle class and the upper middle class. Without those groups of individuals, without those demographics, America would be nothing more than Mexico, where you're either dirt poor or filthy rich. There is no in-between, and that's why we have these damn illegals coming across the border.
Wait a minute, sir. So basically, because the fact that I am poor at this very particular time, then therefore I don't have the opportunity to understand what you're saying.
Well, I don't know what, your personal situation is.
I'm talking financial.
Well,
which
no,
is the
I
same thing you're talking
understand,
about.
but I don't know what your personal situation is, but you sound like a mature gentleman. I think that you had ample opportunity to save some odd dollars for a rainy day fund. We all knew that this was going to happen. History shows us that with every boom, there's a bust and a rebound back to the boom again. I mean, why is it everybody's responsibility? Why is it everybody's responsibility?
Wait a minute. Don't reiterate the question and make it to be your liking. My question is, at this particular time, I would be considered one of those poor people.
Are you homeless?
My question is, pardon me?
Are you homeless?
It doesn't matter.
Are you broadcasting to me from a cardboard box or something?
No, sir.
Well, what's poor? I don't understand. What is poor to you?
And a lot of people that you are disgracing are in the same situation I'm in at this very particular time.
Well, please explain your situation if you don't mind, or at least vaguely allude to it, if you will. Vaguely allude to it.
Financially poor.
What does that mean? What? Well, I mean, obviously you got an internet connection. Obviously you have a phone line. I mean, you're not too poor.
That's what I'm trying to say. So how do we get to the people that are in my same situation, which are the same vernacularly, the same people you're trying to get to, the same people that you are trying to show that don't have a clue? How do we get to those people which are in the same financial situation that I'm in? How do we get to those
I don't
people?
think you're poor, sir. I don't think you're poor, and if you don't like your life, well, that's your fault. You know, with all due respect. I mean, whatever
First of all, I never
you did,
said that, Ghost.
Whatever
I never
you did.
said that.
Well, no, you're saying that you're poor or that you're in a bad financial situation. Okay, that's great. We've all been there, all right? This is a bad economic time. What I'm saying is you sound like a mature gentleman. You don't sound like some of these young kids that were dumped off by their parents and now they're, having to get a job at Wendy's for about $8 an hour and having to live off that crap. You sound like a gentleman that...
hold
on. I'm not finished. You sound like a gentleman that was able to participate with the 80s boom, the 90s boom, and unfortunately you didn't, participate in a savings account during those times, and now, that an economic recession happened, you don't have any change in your pocket, and now you want sympathy from me and true conservatives out here. That's what it sounds like.
First of all, I don't need any sympathy because I took care of myself. What I'm asking is, financially, I'm poor. If I go and get a job at Wendy's because I have no debt, if I go, let me ask you a question.
Just shove it up your ass, sir, all right? With all due respect, you're talking in circles here, all right? You're sitting here saying, I'm poor in America, and yet you're sitting here talking to me on a telephone. You're listening to me on an internet connection. You're not too damn poor, all right? You're probably poor because, you don't have the 70-inch plasma screen TV. All right, that's why you think you're poor. You're poor because you don't think that you deserve more than whatever pissing ground you're living in. You want a 2- or 3-story house. That's why you think you're poor, huh? You don't have a Cadillac, so that's why you think you're poor. All right? You sounded like you're sipping on a cheap bottle of hooch, if you want my personal opinion, sir. And I think that if you want somebody to blame for your financial situation, if you want somebody to blame for your little life's hardships, why don't you look at your dumb, ignorant ass in the mirror and start saying, hey, wait a minute, maybe I need to do something. Instead of pissing and moaning how I'm poor, even though, I've got a computer, even though I've got an internet connection, even though I've got a telephone, and obviously got a place to live, even if it's mommy's basement or whatever the hell it is, why don't you go out and initiate something with yourself, all right? Go out there and work for a living. Do you understand that? I understand that most of the liquidity out here in America is dried up at this present time, but you could still go out there and bust your ass and find yourself some work. As a matter of fact, at the current tax rates that the liberals are enforcing upon the people, especially the middle class and the upper middle class, it's in your best interest not to make a buku amount of money anyway. All right, I'm serious. These people are taxing. The tax rates are going completely berserk. All right, the capital gains tax on those that are trying to, sitting here and make their money work for them is going up the wazoo to pay for all this ridiculous debt. that these dumbass liberals have inflicted upon us. And I think it's ridiculous. And you see, here you got some idiot calling up saying, "Oh, I'm poor, and you're trying to wake me up, but the reason I'm not waking up is because, well, you're calling me an asshole, and you're calling me stupid, and I mean, give me a break." You understand? These are the kind of people that would probably want Mao Zedong China to be implemented on America just so that everybody can think that they're at the same level, right? Just as long as the American government gave people, a Cadillac in every driveway, a 2-story house for everybody, all right, everybody would be just fine. PlayStation 2 or 3s or 8s or 12s, whatever the hell it is, you idiots would be just fine. 3 hots and a cot. I mean, you people want sympathy from me. I don't care. All right, I don't care, and I'll bring you back on, sir, but don't give me this horse crap. You're trying to be a liberal about it there, 219. All right, you're being a liberal about it and saying, "No, I'm poor, Ghost, and you're trying to wake up the people, but we're poor." You're not poor, all right? You've got an internet connection. You've got a telephone. You've got a computer. That ain't too poor, and if you still are poor after that, well, then your priorities aren't straight. Now, let's hear you come back from that there, 219. I mean, that was substance upon substance upon substance on the debating table. Let's hear you eat it and like it.
Ghost, I
What?
never said I was poor. I never said any of those things.
You just said you were poor.
Okay, then I'm poor. So be it. The point of me asking you is you were putting poor people in. My whole point of this was, so let's say I do work at Wendy's. Am I a lesser of a person for?
No, I don't think that you're lesser of a person. I think you're more than these entitlement-ridden pieces of garbage. But what I'm saying is you're trying to define yourself as poor, and the reason that you're trying to define yourself as poor is because you don't probably have the iPhone, and you're probably got Cricket Wireless instead of Sprint. You've got an old tube television instead of plasma. You've got a VHS instead of DVD. I mean, this is what's poor in America. You understand? I mean, look, if you don't want to be poor anymore, then stop spending your freaking money. All right, why don't you save a little bit? Stop shoving dumbass fast food down your gullet and cut down on the expenses, all right? Why don't you start what we call a savings account? Why don't you, take your liquid capital and make it work for you with proper investments? And you see, you're going to have people say, "Well, I don't know how to do that, Ghost. Nobody talked to me. Nobody taught me how to do that." Well, you know what? Who gives a crap, tough titty? We have libraries on every corner in every town out here in America. We've got universities that will allow you, or at least the publicly funded ones, they'll allow you to go in there and check out books from their library and use their facilities. And what are you people doing? No, you get your money and you get your $600 iPhone instead of actually getting the necessities of your life. And because you don't have the necessities of your life and you've got all these other dumbass little materialistic widgets, you want somebody like me to feel sorry for you. I'm not going to feel sorry for you. Now, I'm going to take a few more callers here, but I actually have somebody from the Communist government of China actually on hold here. I didn't think they'd call in, but they're going to call in with a response to my diatribe on their little kind of impropriety into the private sector in China, and we're going to get some comments on what they think about Google and their threat to leave the market of China. Well, let's go ahead and take a couple more callers here and see if we've got anybody with any kind of substance on here. 845, you're on the air. Hello.
Hey, Ghost.
What's going on?
I just wanted to thank you, and I wanted to thank Bill O'Reilly and all the others for speaking the real truth, and I want to say I'm worried about this country.
You should be worried about this country. We're on the Titanic, all right, and all everybody's trying to do is just throw an iceberg in the crack of the ship.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just worried because you were just talking about China earlier, and it was almost causing me...
You're stumbling over your own tongue, like, for Christ's sake, all right? All right? Why don't you talk like you have a pair, get the point out, and then call back, you stupid, ungrateful, peach fuzz on the balls having, red-headed, four-eyed, freckle-faced, beaten stepchild having, imbecile, all right? Better yet, why don't you call back or email me your father's number. I will call him on the True Conservative radio program to tell him what type of fruity-ass, stumbling over their own tongue having, lack of bass in their voice having, hot dog up their dirty poop chute-looking piece of garbage popped out of this nutsack. All right? I mean, I want some substance, for heaven's sake. Substance. All right? I mean, and especially you prank callers. If you're going to make a prank call, why don't you sound with authority? All right? Why don't you sound convincing? Stupid-ass clowns. Shove it up your poop chute. 650, you're on the air.
Yes, me personally, I disagree with Google's act to move out of the Chinese market.
Yeah, you're stumbling over your own tongue, too. Google's act, and you see, you want to know why I know this is a prank caller? Because he's spitting out, like, the subjects of the sentences that were spoken previous to this call. You know, it's typical spit-back knowledge, test-taking little tricks that these dumb kids have learned in our public education system, because they don't know how to listen, all right? They don't know how to listen. They don't know how to learn anything, all right? He's sitting here saying, I was talking about Google and, censorship and, China. I mean, give me a break. Why don't you sound off like you got a pair, right? You've been on hold for a while, and you're stumbling over your own tongue like John Edwards trying to explain how to cheat on a dying wife with cancer and then have a love child on top of it. Give me a break. 970, are you there?
Hey, Ghost, it's Coyote. I'm just listening in again tonight.
Oh, hey, you on the road there, Coyote?
Yeah, I'm heading back to Denver.
Well, you know that your profession is the pipeline of our economy. How are the gas prices treating you?
Well, they're going up again.
Yeah, are they eating into the expense out there?
Gas 49, diesel's about $2.69, I think.
Unbelievable. Well, I'll put you back on hold. I'll put you back on hold, Coyote, and let you get back to the road. Drive safe. And once again, you are the pipeline and the heartline of our economy, so stay safe out there and keep on trucking.
I will.
All right, thanks a lot, Coyote. All right, we're going to put him on hold. That's Coyote, one of our avid listeners there. He's a truck driver, a man who, is working the heart and soul of the American economy. And if these truck drivers weren't on the road, I know that they can be a little bit, a little bit intimidating if you happen to be driving cross country and you be, stuck in between a lot of them. But they are a necessity. They bring the goods to us here in America and distribute them all across the country. I want to thank them and every truck driver out there busting their tail, getting the goods out here so these gluttonous assholes could spend their little stimulus package checks on buying it. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a couple more callers before we take this official from the Chinese government. This official from the Chinese government is going to give us a statement, and, hopefully it isn't too long because I really don't want to hear no Mao Zedong garbage, to be completely honest with you. 901, you're on the air.
Hi, Ghost. I'm wondering, do you think that everyone that is poor in America is a victim of their own device, that they cause it themselves?
You're damn right. You're absolutely right. I think that everybody in America that is poor is a victim of their own garbage. And let me tell you, I think that poor in America isn't poor. I mean, I strongly advise you to go out there and knock on some of these impoverished sections of society and knock on their doors and see how many electronic gadgets they have. See how many little cell phones and little tidbits of modern technology that costs a lot of money out here. I mean, it makes me sick. I'll tell you what's poor. People that are out here saying, oh, it's hard out here. It's hard out here in America. Hey, look, you want to know what's hard? Why don't we talk about living in, bum-ass Africa? All right, out there where, Guinea, or one of these countries where you've got military juntas and rebel factions holding the food ransom so that they can attain power with the starving public. It's ridiculous. Now, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this caller from the Chinese government. Now, of course, you all heard my tidbit on what I felt about the Google situation. I feel that Google is not only doing the right thing, but I think that more multinational corporations that were born here in America should follow suit with what Google is doing. I think that unless the Chinese government decides that they really want to play the economic game, the international economic game for real, without implementing their totalitarian arm in the private sector and the private investment within their company, their little stupid bureaucratic regime is going to fail. All right? Their little bureaucratic, disgusting, despicable regime is going to fail. Now, before I move on, I'm going to go ahead and allow this representative of the Chinese Communist government to go ahead and speak. He's going to give his little response to all that's going on in relations to this Google option, or this Google entertaining of abandoning the market of China. So let's go ahead. Mr. Fortune Cookie, are you there, sir? Oh.
That's right. Mr. Fortune Cookie here again from the Communist government of China. Google is doing a bad thing by trying to go against the government of China. We, the Communist government of China, are going to continue to oppress our people. We will continue to oppress our people. And we are not going to stop. Ah, yes. So all you Google and all you corporate America motherfuckers that are trying to stop the Chinese government from being totalitarian asshole, you can stick chopstick straight up your colon hole, motherfucker. Like I said before, the Chinese government in China will do what it wants to do. We will oppress our people with communism. And we, the Communist government of China, we will capitalize over the communism. And I will force the people, and the Communist China will force the people to do it for Chairman Mao. Do it for Chairman Mao. That's right. That's what the people will do it for. They will continue to be the manufacturer of the world. Because they'll do it for Chairman Mao. They'll do it for Chairman Mao. I have nothing else to say. I am Mr. Fortune Cookie. Thank you very much.
All right. Is that it, Mr. Fortune Cookie?
You can hang me up now, motherfucker.
All right. Shut off the music. Shut it off. As you can see, here we are, and this is the response from the Communist government of China. I mean, you heard it right from the horse's mouth, that they're going to continue to implement their little communist idea on the people so that they can exploit capitalist labor for Chairman Mao, as you heard this idiot, Chairman Mao. Unbelievable. I want to hear your response. 646-652-4869, 919 area code, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost. Actually, I was going to talk about China. I'm sure you undoubtedly know about the earthquake in Haiti today, right?
Well, yeah, we do know about the earthquake in Haiti. I was going to get to that later, but what's going on?
Oh, I was just wondering, do you think we should be sending them aid out of the taxpayer's pocket?
Well, give me a break. Anyway, 347, you're on the air.
Hey, man, how you doing?
How's it going?
Good to finally talk to you, Ghost.
What's going on, man?
A bit of mudkips, a bit of mudkips,
Yeah,
a bit of mudkips,
stupid
and a bit of mudkips.
I mean, why don't you get a life, man? Why don't you get a girl? How about that? Good Lord. I mean, and if you don't like women, I mean, why don't you go find yourself a shit stall somewhere at some park bathroom and start toe tapping? I mean, get the hell out of here, for heaven's sake. I mean, don't you stupid losers have a life? I mean, don't you understand? Our government's being sold right from underneath us. You got the communist government on here. The communist government admitting on the True Conservative radio program that they're going to continue to use their little Marxist ideology to extort capitalist labor from their people. I mean, their people are working in manufacturing shops in China for 15 cents an hour, and America continues to buy these stupid little electronic widgets that are manufactured off of this communist piece of garbage. And lo and behold, we're being backstabbed because the American multinational investment that's being put into China is being strong-armed by that damn totalitarian piece of garbage government. And we're not going to have any more to it. And Mr. Fortune Cookie, I know he says, all the time, stick a chopstick up your a-hole or whatever he says. Well, he can stick a Ginsu knife up his cheese pipe, all right? That's all I get. I mean, he's a piece of trash. The communist government is a piece of trash. And I'm not going to take any more of it, all right? I mean, the bottom line is that if the communist government does not oblige and bow down to Google, not only will Google abandon ship on your little pissing ground of a country, every true American multinational company will get the hell out of China and will allow the civil unrest that has always been brewing within your country, China. It's always been brewing. We're not only going to allow that to happen, but possibly help facilitate that even that much more. How dare you? How dare you, China, strong-arm your little bureaucratic asses into the private sector? You broke the rules. You broke the rules, China. You broke the rules of the international capitalist game out here. And now what do you think that Chairman Mao is going to come from the grave and save you? Huh? You think this little pot-bellied, double-chin idiot is going to come out and say, yeah? No, it's not. It's not going to happen. So shove it up your ass, all of you. All right? Anybody who happens to be a part of the communist government of China, you people are pieces of crap. All of you. All of you. Should be ashamed of yourselves. And repercussions is waiting on you dumbasses, you bureaucrats. I mean, China is the perfect example of bureaucrats exploiting idealism for the sake of capitalism. And the bad part about it is it's not free market capitalism. It's created an elitist community amongst the Communist Party. So if you happen to be a part of the Communist Party, then you're a part of this super elitist class that everyone in China has to bow to. And you're the one probably making the big money, making the big capitalist moves. Meanwhile, the people in China are working in these substandard, ridiculous, industrial runoff-ridden factories. And then they got to go home and, be delved out, whatever the Chinese government deems fit? Screw you, China. Mr. Fortune Cookie, whatever the hell your name. Well, whatever you idiots are. 646-652-4869 is the number to call. Here, 510, you're on the air.
Hey, Ghost, how you doing?
How's it going?
Man, I tell you, I'm hearing you talk about, the situation here we've got going on with the terrorists. Well, at least we were talking about that the other day. The terrorist that flew in on that flight.
Yeah, crotch bomber. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, the crotch bomber. Well, I just wondered why this situation always pops up over 9,000 mudkips, nigger.
Everybody hear this? 510-356. And if anybody wants to know the last part of that, you just give me an email at ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. All right. 219, you're on the air. Yeah, all right, that's you stupid asshole. 206, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah, well, you're too late. You sound like a fruit bowl anyway, all right? 111, you're on the air. Yeah, you sound like you're playing with your pecker shaft. 111, you're on the air. Another idiot playing with his pecker shaft. I mean, I'm telling you, nothing but a bunch of stupid bona fide morons here. How about Annan? Are you there, Annan?
Yeah, I'm here, Ghost. How you doing?
What's going on?
Yeah, I just would like to make a comment about what's going down here in Haiti. It's pretty awful. The situation was all started by a blast of wind from Howard Stern's asshole.
And that's it? And you hung up with that? You hung up with that, Annan for life? Annan for life? Good Lord. You know that you made my shit list. I mean, you're no longer, going to be able to call up to this program because, first of all, you sound like something that just popped out of the anal passage of, Ricky Martin on acid. And now you're trying to, call me and talk all kinds of malarkey to me about Howard Stern again. Let me tell you something. I don't want Howard Stern's attention, all right? Now, I'm going to make this comment really brief. I saw this stupid little YouTube video about me out there, about my little comments about Howard Stern. I don't want that stupid, long-haired wannabe. I don't want his attention. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm a legitimate political program. I'm a conservative, damn it. I'm a conservative. I'm not some smut-peddling piece of low-grade, family-abandoning piece of long-haired, wish-he-was-cool kind of crap like Howard Stern. I don't want his attention. I don't want his fan base's attention, all right? They're losers. They're losers. I mean, it's widely known that the entire fan base of this ridiculous Howard Stone character, or Stern, or whatever his fruity-ass name is, all the fan base of this piece of trash are life losers. These are degenerate scumbags that are constantly probably have their hands on their private areas. I mean, anyone who has seen a glimpse of Howard Stern's show and seen the type of smut-peddling, subhuman garbage that this stupid piece of trash actually tries to pull through his legitimate media is disgusting. And it's no coincidence. It is absolutely no coincidence that the rise of this wannabe, never did anything cool in his life, cross-eyed, fruity bastard, all right? There's no coincidence that this bastard's rise to fame and America's downfall in their moral principles, that is just no mere coincidence, all right? So for all you idiots that are calling me, and I don't care if it's Howard Stern, 4chan, E-bombs, I don't care what it is. You people are morons. You are the life losers that I'm speaking of, because it's obvious that you idiots are living with Mammy or you're collecting an entitlement. Either way, you're a dread on society. So why don't you do more high-risk activity, Why don't you go skateboarding without helmets? Why don't you go mountain biking or something without any helmets or pads or something? Go skydiving with no parachute. Do the world a favor, all right? You'd be doing your parents a favor. You'd be doing your family a favor. You'd be doing the world a favor because you are not making any kind of contribution whatsoever. And I know that most of you ass clowns, Howard Stern listeners, 4chan patronizers, and E-bombs ass lickers, all of you people have already been to the bottom of the lowest level of degradation, all right? So you can't be, cut down anymore, all right? I mean, your integrity cannot be put down any longer, all right? I mean, that's how pathetic you are. You actually embrace
the verbal backhands that you get from people. You actually embrace the abuse. And this is how sick our American society has come down to be. We have no integrity. We have no balls anymore. We have no personality. We have no creativity. We have no critical thinking. And it's sick. It's sick, for heaven's sake. I mean, listen to these prank calls that I get on a consistent basis. Listen to these assholes. They're all following some stupid little clique, for heaven's sake, and not getting a dime for it. Not getting a dime for it. And yet, these are the same people that are probably going to be in the lines at these stimulus package giveaways begging for some sympathy from you. And what do they do in their spare time? They're on the Internet trying to gather around some sort of Internet clique or some sort of little Internet serious radio host that's a has-been and never will be. And Don Imus kicks the crap out of Howard Stern. All right? Don Imus has always kicked the crap of Howard Stern. That's why Don Imus is flying in Learjets, and, you know, Howard Stern's having to live in his little pissing ground apartment over there in New York City. You know, getting played by, you know, blonde bimbos and all that kind of crap. Wouldn't be surprised if he's the next Tiger Woods story, if you want my personal opinion. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869 is the number to call. We're in the second hour of the True Conservative radio program. I am your host, the man they call Ghost. And once again, folks, before we go on any further, if you appreciate the True Conservative radio program, if you want to see the True Conservative radio program on a more frequent basis, well, by God, go ahead and spread the word. All right, tweet your little asses off. Put it on your Facebooks. Put it on your MySpaces. All those little dumbass little social networking sites. All right, and go out there and spread the word about the True Conservative radio program, because these people need this type of backhand into reality. These people need to hear the type of reality that I'm just throwing around this damn radio show like it ain't crap. So, all else fails, I'd like for everybody to please go to the blog at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com and patronize the sponsors. And the more frequently you conduct yourselves in that manner, the more frequently that you go out and patronize my blog at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com, and you go ahead and, check out some of the sponsors, the more frequently and the more habitually you do that, the more frequently and the more habitually I might conduct these broadcasts, folks. Because let me tell you something. I am not getting any kind of, a miraculous payday from old Blog Talk Radio over here, right? A whopping $20 royalty check. All right, the reason I do this is so that the individuals that truly appreciate my commentary, and believe me, there are thousands of people who appreciate the True Conservative Radio show. I get thousands of downloads in the podcast. I get individuals who listen to me on a consistent basis, whether it's live or in the archive, and they appreciate the commentary. They're taking what I'm saying, and they're paying it forward. They're trying to bitch slap liberals. They're trying to bitch slap feminists, and that's what they need to do. They're spitting on single mothers, all right? I mean, they're throwing their trash at the poor. That's the way it should be, folks. Survival to the fittest. I'm the purest form of free market capitalist. All right, you know what the most beautiful part about America was, in my opinion? What I loved about America, that I could purchase as much food as I could afford as I wanted. I could a whole slop of pork and ribs and whatever I wanted. 50 pizzas, whatever. All right, whatever. And whatever I couldn't eat, whatever that was left over, I could just throw away in the trash. Yeah. I hate this mentality that, you couldn't eat all that, you need to give it to your neighbor. You need to give it to the poor and the homeless and all this other crap. Absolutely not. I'm going to throw it in the trash. And to be frankly honest with you, if any
poor or any vagrant or any derelict went through my trash to get my leftover food, I'd call the cops and have them arrested for trespassing on my property. I mean, the only way that they'll be able to get my leftover food is, if they go into the dumpster or into the landfill and go get it out of there. I'm serious, folks. I mean, I'm an American here. I'm an American. I'm not some, pansy-ass little empathetic fruit bowl that's going to show sympathy to a bunch of losers, all right? I'm just not going to do it. Not going to do it whatsoever. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next subject matter. We already heard from Mr. Fortune Cookie. Let's go ahead and talk about how the White House has officially changed its official counting of stimulus package jobs. And for you folks that are a little perplexed at what I just said, well, once again, the White House has changed its official counting of jobs related to the stimulus package. And this, of course, relates to all the controversy that we talked about and the media out here talked about, a month ago, about the discrepancies in the White House official count in stimulus jobs and the actual count of stimulus jobs. Well, now instead of the discrepancies, continuing, the White House said that they're going to count any jobs that were funded by stimulus money. So if any corporation or any bureaucracy within the government system, anybody collected any kind of government money or entitlement money or stimulus money is now going to be counted as being employed by the stimulus package. Now, what does that mean? Let's say I had, XYZ company. And let's say, for some reason I qualified for $1,000 through the stimulus package, initiative by these liberals. And I collected $1,000, but, I already have employees, and those employees number about 50 or 60. Well, those 50 or 60 jobs, because the stimulus package people or whoever's administering these funds, because they gave XYZ company $1,000, they're going to count all those employees employed by that company as jobs initiated by the stimulus package. I'm not joking with you, folks. I mean, it's just unbelievably disgusting what our White House is trying to do and trying to cook the books, if you will. They're going to count any job of any company that took, or any bureaucracy that took any kind of stimulus funds. So once again, let me see if you get this through your thick skulls, because I know a lot of you idiots are a little perplexed and, cross-eyed and, counting the cheese balls under your sack. But let's say XYZ company got $1,000 from the stimulus package through some sort of, whatever initiative, whatever it is. Or let's say they took a tax write-off. Let's put it that way. Let's say the business took a substantial tax write-off relating to a stipulation in the stimulus package. Well, then the government is going to take credit for those employees with that company, because the stimulus package funds went to that company. It's just disgusting. It really is pathetic. And this is what the American people are going to just keep eating and loving, Unfreaking believable. We're at over 10% unemployment, and let me tell you, there's some cooking the books with that number. I think we're way ahead of 10% unemployment. All right, I mean, just take a look at all the riffraff that's, walking the streets begging for handouts out here. I mean, you go to the blog at ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. I posted a video of the great giveaway this past October down in Detroit, where 35,000 people lined up, to get, supposedly, they were supposed to get $3,500 apiece. It ended up just being, isolated program for homeless people or something, but lo and behold, 35,000 people showed up to get a free handout, and these people were bitching. The people that were standing in line that were getting the handout or attempting to get a handout, these people were bitching and moaning. That, no, man, this is disgusting, baby. This is disgusting. I can't believe that there's all these people. The city needs to take responsibility, baby. Give me a break. 407 area code, you're on the air.
How it goes without politics, your life is meaningless. Nigger, 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 mudkips, nigger, 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 nigger.
Hey, I wonder if all the black people would like this individual's phone number, 407-394. I mean, you know, give me. I'm serious. I have put everyone who has said the N-word in a separate list from everybody who has trolled my show. Okay? And if there's anybody with the Black Panther Party or anybody who is, you know, a black militant, you know, that really wants to, you know, take out your frustrations on, you know, these individuals who continue to call up the show and basically say the N-word, please give me a contact at ghostpolitics@yahoo.com. I'll be more than happy. As a matter of fact, I think I'm just going to do it as just an initiative as my own civic duty as an American citizen. Forward all these numbers, and believe me, there's plenty of them who have said the N-word. All right, I am going to you know, send this to every black group I can find, so that, you know, they can give you people a call. You know, maybe find you people, maybe go to your house or something, pay you you know, pay you a visit. It's just it's horrific. All right, unbelievable how these people can, you know, they think they're so anonymous, even though I've got their telephone numbers. And let me tell you, I'm collecting every single one of them, you ass clowns. So there's two lists now. There's one list that are of idiots that continue to do this ridiculous mudkip barrel roll garbage, and there's another list of idiots who continue to just call up and say the N-word. All right, I would love it. You know what? I would pay money. You know, I mean, it would be great. I wish that it would be pay-per-view televised. If we got like the Crips or the Bloods or something. All right, the Crips or the Bloods go to these guys' houses. All right, and ask them if they'll still say those words in real life now that they're accounted for. You know. I wonder if, you know, they'd still be there talking garbage. I don't know, but let me tell you, I guarantee you that these numbers, these N-word numbers, these are going right to, you know, NAACP, black militants, anybody. I don't care who it is, but they'll have some use for them, and I'll go ahead and direct them to the show where they said it so that they can be for sure about it. And let's see how things go. I would love to hear on the news that a couple of these ass cracks got their tails beat in because they thought they were big and bad over the internet, saying all kinds of racist garbage. And now that they had to be held accounted for, well, lo and behold, they want to take the Fifth Amendment. They want to have the judicial system help them out all of a sudden. That's funny to me. All right, let's continue going on. 518, you're on the air.
Fuck you, Ghost.
Now, fuck you, Ghost. Is that what you're saying? Huh? 518? Oh, you hung up, 518. I really liked your voice. It sounded like this. Oh, you know what, Ghost, screw you. You know, I sound like this because, well, I was raised by my mommy. Because she was the club hump bar whorebag. And, you know, I was, you know, basically raised by my grandmammy, who basically put me in and made me watch Rainbow Bright all day. And, you know, instead of actually, you know, wanting to play with, like, you know, footballs and, you know, going out and, you know, playing sports and, you know, doing all the boys' things, I like to do the girls' things. Yeah, I like dressing up in little girls' outfits. Is that right, 518, huh? Oh, yeah, I like dressing up in little outfits, and I like, you know, listening to Little Boy George Culture Club.
Give me a break. Let's continue going. I mean, I'm trying to provide substance upon substance on the debating table and continue to get prank callers from these morons. Now, we already talked about the stimulus package, new counting method. All right, I mean, it's obviously a failure. Be prepared for stimulus package 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This isn't going to stop until the liberal regime is finally unelected from office, and their days are sincerely numbered. And it's their own accord. It's their own bureaucratic madness that is making this. All right? They're fighting amongst themselves, for heaven's sake. They're fighting amongst themselves. Anyway, folks, 646-652-4869. I want to talk about how Iran at this point is now blaming America for the killing of this Iranian physicist. And for you folks that aren't familiar with the story, I strongly advise you to, go ahead and check it out. Iran is basically pointing the finger at the United States and Israel because supposedly, according to the Iranian regime, they were the ones that, or we were the ones, America and then Israel, we were the ones that decided to kill this Iranian physicist to prevent the probability of Iran obtaining a nuclear weapon. And to be frankly honest with you folks, I'm going to tell you firsthand that that's false. All right, it's just absolutely false. And the reason it's false is because the Iranian physicist in question was in complete opposition to the current Islamic Revolution. I mean, this Iranian physicist had no connection with the Iranian Revolution. On the contrary, he was backing up the opposition. So, to the Iranian people and the Iranian resistance and the individuals who I correspond with, because they have kept me up to date with what's going on here, the reason that I haven't been so public with it is because apparently we have Iranian officials listening into the True Conservative radio program, huh? That's right, Iranian officials are listening in. Well, let me tell you something, Iran, all right? The people are going to rise up. They have continued to rise up since those ridiculous falsified elections of Ahmadinejad. And no matter what you throw at the people, Ayatollah, no matter what you throw at the people, no matter how many people you kill, no matter how many people you torture, no matter how many people you imprison, these people don't want to have nothing to do with your Islamic Revolution. Do you understand that? These people want nothing to do with your Islamic Revolution. So take your turban and loosen it up from your head, because it's obviously restricting oxygen from going up in there to let you think a little bit rationally for a second. This opposition in Iran is dead serious. And what did I tell you, folks, on previous broadcasts? What did I say? The Iranian Revolution, the Islamic Revolution, the Ayatollah is going to try many things to gather his people around him. One of the things I said is he's trying to initiate war with anyone who'll take it. Why do you think they're not backing down from the nuclear program? Why do you think they're thumbing their nose in the faces of Western powers? Because they want a preemptive strike. They want a war because they know that will bring the people together and they will back up the Islamic Revolution. And that's not what we need as America. That's not what we need as the Western community. What we need is the Iranian resistance. The Iranian resistance from within the country of Iran to rise up and to continue on and to continue to fight. We need to fund these revolutions. We need to fund these people. We need to arm them. We need to smuggle weapons into Iran so they can take up arms against the damn Iranian revolution and take this piece of crap out. And let me tell you, it will be the greatest thing for America's national security. If the Iranian people finally succeed in toppling the Ayatollah and toppling Ahmadinejad, it would be the greatest thing for America's national security, because I'm telling you this, and I'm telling you this now. The reason why all these Islamic terrorists are utilizing the method of terrorism to implement their agenda is because they're utilizing the Islamic Revolution.
They're looking at what the Islamic Revolution did to attain power in Iran. And those were the methods the Iranian Revolution utilized. They utilized terror tactics. They utilized bombings. They utilized airline hijackings. They utilized it all. And to have their own people, to have their own population uprise against them in hypocrisy, against them because of their hypocritical stance and their warped interpretation of Islam, would only just bring down all the Al-Qaeda rackets all over the international community. It would be the biggest blow to Al-Qaeda ever in history. Not only Al-Qaeda, but all these Islamic groups. All these Islamic groups would be like, yes, we can recruit you for jihad, because remember the Islamic Revolution of, oh no, the Iran is no longer there. You're damn right Iran's going to be no longer there, because the people are going to uprise, and they're rising, folks. I don't know if you've been keeping up to date. These people are not armed. These people are causing civil unrest. They're taking the rocks and pitchforks in their hands, and they're going out there and saying, we don't want the Ayatollah. We want freedom. We want freedom. That's what the Iranian people are begging for. They're fighting for. And they deserve it. They deserve it because they're taking it upon themselves to demand freedom, to demand opportunity. It makes me want to cry to see the Iranian people standing up for their rights, for their human dignity. And let me tell you, there are some turbulent times yet to come for the Iranian resistance. There are still turbulent times, but keep fighting. Keep fighting, because we need you. We need you. And let me tell you, if there's some national security agents listening into this broadcast, the least you could do is entertain the idea of helping the Iranian resistance within the borders of Iran, so that these people can topple the Islamic Revolution and completely contradict every Islamic radical organization on the face of the planet. They'll be contradicted if the people rise up against the Islamic Revolution, and I can't wait till it happens. Because the Iranian people know the contradictions within the Iranian Revolution. They know that the Ayatollah is living large behind closed doors. They know about all the hypocrisy, and they don't want to stand for it anymore. It's a shame that the American people don't take notice at what Iran's doing. And they are jeopardizing their lives, folks. I mean, we still have the freedom of speech in this country. We still have the freedom of assembly. We still have a country that was made by the people and for the people. We should take notice at what Iran's doing, because they want freedom. And they don't even have any guns, folks. They have no way of protecting themselves, but they'd rather die. They'd rather die than to sit here and be dictated to by some hypocritical, contradictory, dumbass Islamic revolution. And it makes me want to cry, because what's wrong with you American people? What's wrong with you American people? Look at the Iranians. Look at the Iranians. They care about freedom more than you do. More than you do. God damn. I can't believe this crap. Iran has more passion for freedom. Iran has more passion for freedom than America. I can't believe it. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Ow. Ow. Ah. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts to wake up every morning. It hurts. It hurts to wake up every morning, because America doesn't care. America doesn't care. God damn it. Ah.
America doesn't care. America doesn't care! Don't you hear me? Do you hear me, world? Do you hear me? America doesn't care! I mean, you idiots don't care, don't you? You don't care, don't you? Be honest with me. Be honest, don't lie to me. You don't care. You don't care about anything. I mean, we got these patriots for freedom. These patriots for freedom in Iran, and America's begging to become peasants. They're begging to become peasants. They're begging to become peasants. You're begging to become peasants. Don't you realize that? When you beg for a handout, you life loser, you're begging to become a damn peasant. And I'll be damned. I'll be damned if my children are going to be peasants. I'll be damned if my grandchildren are going to become peasants. I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and just go quietly while this great country, this great capitalist free market system that we once had turns into some type of communist Karl Marx socialist crap. Damn it! Makes me sick. I mean, doesn't it make you sick, America? I mean, am I the only one living in this reality here? Am I the only one seeing the riffraff on the street with their puppy dog eyes and their sob stories? I mean, am I the only one that hears the phrase, oh, it must be nice, because I'm participating in the capitalist system, because I'm a successful businessman? Huh? Am I the only one out here that didn't and that wasn't fiscally irresponsible and screw their entire lives up because they wanted something on credit? I mean, am I the only one out here? Am I the only one that cares about the working man and the working woman? Am I the only one that cares about the American taxpayer? I mean, come on! Come on! Come on! Ow! Ah! Oh, my chest! I don't know I can do this. I don't know how long I can do this. I don't know how long I can do this. America, where are you? America, where the hell are you? Where the hell are you? Where are you, for Christ's sake? Wake up! For your children's sake, damn it. For America's sake, damn it. I don't know what else to say. I'm just kind of speechless, you know. The reason I'm speechless is because I continue to conduct myself on this broadcast as frequently as possible. I continue to do whatever I have to do to spark some synapses in the brains of some of these losers in America. But it doesn't seem to be working. It doesn't seem to be working at all, folks. I mean, you know, and I'm going to have a little bit of a shrink session with you folks here. But I try to, you know, get people to understand the situation, the seriousness of the reality that's around us today. Nobody seems to give two rats' asses. Nobody seems to care. And I try, folks, to, you know, have the continuous passion and the continuous fury that you know and you can attest to when it comes to the True Conservative radio program. And the reason that I'm having such a difficulty, folks, is because look at all the crap. Look at all the riffraff. I mean, have you seen the YouTube videos? Have you seen the YouTube videos? I challenge you, go out to YouTube. All right? I mean, you know, put in BTR Ghost Rages, True Conservative Radio Show. I mean, look at all the garbage. You know, they're trying to make a mockery of me. You know, they think that what I'm saying is some kind of a big joke. You know, I mean, especially these dumbass young people out here that actually think that, you know, life's a big game, a big prank call. I mean, it's sad. Unbelievably sad. And I try, folks, I try and I try. But it seems like all of my commentary falls on deaf ears, you know. I mean, and look, I'm trying to attempt to extend my hand to all those that are listening within the sound of my voice, and constantly. I'm looking at the switchboard here. It's the same ass clowns that call up with their little stupid barrel rolls and their stupid dumbass little prank calls, not knowing that, you know, these stupid freedoms that, you know, that allow them to continue to do this are very, you know, they're in dire straits. You know, the integrity of them are in question. Not only that, the economic opportunities that were accorded to generations past, these young people are too stupid to realize that they're being robbed of those same economic opportunities. These idiots are indebting themselves $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 in college, you know, student loans, only to come out to an American, you know, service industry-based economy that isn't paying garbage. It's an $8 an hour job out here in the service industry, and each one of those jobs are being, you know, jeopardized by these damn illegal immigrants that are jeopardizing the integrity of the wage labor out here in America. And I try and I try and I try, folks. And I sit here and I attempt, you know, to try to conduct myself, you know, with dignity, with respect. You know, I just, all I want to do is try to spark the synapses of America. And here I got, you know, idiots hacking my chat room. I got idiots calling up my show thinking they're big and bad. It's a disgrace. It's a disgrace to humanity what's happening. So, you know, I might as well go ahead and play another, you know, stupid little rap song by this character, because, I mean, it seems to me that that's the only thing that these stupid kids like. You know, that's the only thing that these stupid, dumbass, ungrateful pieces of garbage. And let me tell you, I'd like to know the parents of these people. I'd like to know the parents of these people so I could personally give them a bitch slap to the mouth. All right? I think that every one of these people, you know, all these youths out here that are conducting themselves like they don't really give a crap, their parents should be held accountable. Their parents should be thrown in prison, I think. I think parents should be thrown in prison for their children's actions. So, you know, I don't even know why I'm even, you know, continuing on with this malarkey here. So I guess, I'm going to go ahead and play a new song by this little rap character that I purchased from the mall kiosk that I've been, you know, featuring on this program. And once again, folks, the only reason that I'm doing this is because I know that this is the only kind of, you know, urban vernacular garbage that these dumbasses actually relate to or actually listen to. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and play another song. All right, this is another song by this character. This album that I have purchased from a mall kiosk. It's got an idiot on the cover holding a bag of cocaine with a rolled up dollar on one hand, and you get it. All right, you get it. So I'm going to go ahead and take a break, okay? And for all you little stupid hip hop 50 Cent knob gobblers that are out there saying,
"Oh yeah, Ghost, go ahead and play it. I can't wait. Oh, I'm tickling my nutsack just thinking about it."
Okay, give me a damn break, all right? I'll appease you stupid simpletons by playing another track from this album. But for the true conservatives out there, I want you to listen to the lyrics once again. This is rap music being sold to your children. This is being marketed to your children. This is being sold to your children. And as you can see by these assholes from the chat room, they love this crap. They love this hip-hop nonsense. They love this wannabe gangster crap. All right, listen, look at them. They're creaming in their pants right now about it. Are you kidding me? Look at these idiots. They're sticking large pieces of furniture up their anal passage right now saying,
"Oh yeah, play the rap music, Ghost. Oh, please play it."
So, without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play a new track off of this album. And once again, folks, we are trying to get the rapper of these songs that I'm playing to come on the program and have an interview here in the True Conservative Radio program and to ask him why in the world or what in the world would inspire this person to write such horrific garbage. To write such violent, vile, disgusting lyrics. All right? So, remember, I don't know when that's going to happen. If you want to know when it's going to happen, put me on your following on Twitter. And the name to follow is Ghost Politics. All one word, no underscores, you freaky milky lickers. All right, now without further ado, here's a new song from that album that I said that I've been talking about and featuring on this program. Here we go. This is called Killin' Me Killa Killa. All right? I kid you not. That's the name of the song, Killin' Me Killa Killa. All right, here we go. Can we play the song, please, here? All right, here we go. Go ahead.
Chopper, somebody call him the doctor. Pull out the chopper, somebody call him the doctor.
Rolling through the fog, cause about 1:30. Sweat dripping down my cheek, getting real dirty. Wanna hear Bluetooth, but gon' help my AKG. Just let me draw these hoes, see my baby next week. Like Miami, these hoes retaliate heat. Gotta call the ambulance, gotta pick the fucking me. Gotta make a living over killing niggas, man. I'm feeling Satan up in my soul, damn. Just cause Slim got a mic in his hand. Goddamn, it's too late for fucking penance, man. Like Charles Bronson, gotta be a death wish. Clean up the bodies, then I'll blow you a kiss. Leave no traces for the motherfucking feds. Feds try to catch a nigga, catch me if you can. Like DiCaprio, I'll be one step ahead. Only way you catch me if you catch me when I'm dead. Killing me, killer, killer. 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 Killing me, killer, killer.
Pull out the chopper, somebody call him the doctor.
Killing me, killer, killer. 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 Killing me, killer, killer.
Pull out the chopper, somebody call him the doctor.
AK's back, take the reddest bitch, 4-5. Says here the bangers, gangster shit to the apocalypse. AK started about to make a nigga pop a clip. Cause when I pop a collar properly. Like the Wu-Tang, killer Slim, bomb atomically. Be less than history, like Greek mythology. Killer Slim, confusion called Killer Slim, Socrates. Cause when it's time to bang, watch my niggas follow me. Army guns sprinkled up like chips in my pocket. AK Slim, nuts, cuz lost the sprocket. Wipe the bloods off my face, just wipe it off the rocket. Cause when it's time to bang, chop, chop,
right, hold on. I'm getting a lot of spammers of a bunch of dumbass idiots that are saying the N-word. So, LOL mad question mark is scrolling the N-word all over the place. So, if you happen to be an African American or black hacker, his IP address is 71.194.144.232. All right? Annans, let's keep going. Annans is 120.156.188.238. All right? All right, these people are all saying the N-word here. All right? They're all saying the N-word here. Annans, once again, 120.156.188.238. All right, and I'm just going to say, if you want to probe these IP addresses, go ahead. Another one saying the N-word is Ghost. I don't even want to say what it is, but it's a derogatory term against yours truly. 98.223.152.134. All right? I mean, do you understand? I mean, anybody else want to continue to talk garbage? I'm just going to give out IP addresses of everybody who talks garbage about me. Oh, yeah, 7 proxies my foot. All right? Oh, dude, I'm behind 7 proxies. Well, if you're behind 7 proxies, you wouldn't be able to get the stream of this program. You stupid moron. All right. So, anyway, I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of these morons. Hey, Billy Mays, that's not your real IP address. If you want your real IP address said, it's 71.93.120.14. All right? I mean, don't BS, all right? Don't try to act tough, Billy Mays, all right? I mean, let's stop with the garbage here, all right? I mean, if you're going to say the N-word, I don't care if you make fun of me. I don't care if you talk so much, all right? I don't care what you do to me, but if you're gonna try to talk garbage and think that you're such a hacksaw, all right, and, I'm just going to expose you, all right? These people are all saying the N-word, okay? LOL mad, what, do you not think that, you think you're unhackable or something? I mean, 71.194.144.232. I mean, I'm serious. All right, and this is on the record. These, this little stream broadcast will be on the internet forever. All right? So do not talk garbage, all right? I don't care if you talk shit to me, all right? I don't care if you talk garbage to me, but don't say the N-word, or don't try to get me banned from this this internet broadcast here, okay? Because I've had to resort to this, you stupid morons, because all of your stupid racial dumbass comments are jeopardizing the airtime of yours truly, okay? So I don't care if you make fun of me, if you say, oh, you know what, screw you, or whatever. I don't care. I do not care. All right? What I'm saying is you cannot sit here and say all this N-word garbage because it jeopardizes the future of myself. And here's another person, pools closed, 76.232.179.233. All right, I mean, continue on with your racial garbage. I mean, if you're ballsy enough to continue to say the N-word and continue to talk garbage and all these racial slurs, you should be ballsy enough to, be able to say that on your IP address that everybody knows, all right? And you know what? I'm getting a lot of PMs, private messages from people that are saying that they're going to report you to the proper organizations. I mean, this is serious. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do, all right? I really don't care. So, you can continue talking garbage, but, once again, all right, Annans, who he's from Australia. It's an Australian IP address there, Annans with a Z, A-N-O-N-Z. 120.156.188.238. All right, and he's from Australia. You know, they all chew each other up the poop chute and stick platypuses up their colon pipes to massage their prostates out there in Australia. So I don't really expect nothing much to come out of that crap. All right, but LOL mad. I mean, here's another idiot. You know, I mean, 71.194.144.232. I mean, you know, the bottom line. That's all there is to it. Piece of crap. And look, and now all of a sudden, look at these idiots. Oh, I'm reporting you, Ghost, for threatening me, and I'm reporting you, Ghost, for doing... You know what? Report me, you ass clowns. Make me famous, all right? Please, report me to anybody you know. I don't care, all right? I do not give two rats' asses. All right, so don't sit here and give me this garbage, all right? I don't care. All right, I don't give a crap. I have no fear of authorities, all right? I'm a law-abiding citizen. I've paid my taxes all my life. I've been a conservative all my entire life. And to sit here and be, now I'm the bad guy? I mean, that's what I don't understand. I am the bad guy, for being a foot soldier for the American family. You know, and USA is not gay. I don't know why you even put that as your name. You're from Canada, you piece of crap. I can read it from your IP address. You're from Canada. What the hell's your problem? 70.70.168.96. I mean, you just said the N-word, you know? I thought Canadians were supposed to be open in their racial regard, huh? I thought they were supposed to be open, you Canadian bacon bastard. Why don't you stick a moose antler up your ass with your hypocritical stance, all right? I mean, you know, do an IP lookup on yourself. USA is not gay. That's your IP, 70.70.168.96, you stupid dumb bastard. All right, yes, you did. You sure did. I just have it. I got it scrolled right here. I always download all the damn text. I download all the text chat from that ever happens on this broadcast. All right? Oh, you want me to say your IP there, Crinogenics? Is that what you want me to do? Just what, so I can show you that I got balls or something? All right, I'll give you the first, I'll give you the first two, the two dots, all right? 63.135. Okay, I don't want to say anything else because you didn't do nothing. All right, you didn't do nothing yet. Let's put it that way. Well, at least we got one hacksaw calling me up, displaying their phone number as GhostFan11. That's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and answer that, man. That's pretty gangster, man. What's up, man, GhostFan? We can't hear you. I mean, turn it up. Yeah, you're screwing around with the damn computer too much. Come on. All right, I mean, you know, give me a break, guys. All right, look, I dig, you know, kind of some of the things you've done. All right, some of your little prank calls and all this other crap. All right, it's cute for about a minute. All right, then it gets old after about 5 years of doing it. All right. I remember looking at E-Bomb's World and their little stupid little videos and all this other crap. All right, I remember. But then YouTube came along and decided, well, you know, instead of you trying to monopolize the content, why don't you allow individuals to make their own content and capitalize on it themselves? You know? So, you know, okay, you know, E-bombs, 4chan, okay, y'all were pertinent, y'all were cute for about a minute, and yet now y'all are no longer relevant. Why do you think Moot can't find a sincere, legitimate business model, to actually, run 4chan as a profitable business? All he does is get, stroke, from a couple of idiot groups that ask him to go and talk, and, he actually gets his rocks off doing that. And here you got E-bomb, the idiot from E-bomb's world, over here making a net worth of $17 million because you idiots are going out here saying, oh, yeah, I'm a part of E-bomb. Oh, God. So give me a break, all right? Anyway, folks, it's 8 minutes left in the program. Let me talk a little bit about Hugo Chavez and him mandating rolling blackouts in the entire country of Venezuela. Okay? The entire country of Venezuela is now, having rolling 4-hour blackouts at a time throughout the whole country, starting in Caracas, Venezuela. And the reason he's doing this, folks, is because he's claiming that, the drought of El Nino is draining the resources and the water of the energy dam of the entire country. But to be completely honest with you, Hugo Chavez is too busy shoving his fat jelly ass with tamales and tacos, getting himself fat in the bloated asshole, while his entire country is, doing something a little bit similar to what America's doing. They're begging for handouts. They had a little bit of an opportunity for, capitalist free market system, and lo and behold, they elected some stupid dictator that's holding on to some old communist idea, all right, that nobody gives a crap about there, Chavez. All right, now let me tell you something. The reason that you're having rolling blackouts there, Hugo Chavez, is because you spent all the money on yourself, on your palaces. Yeah, on all your houses and feeding your fat ass with all the tamales and all the tacos and, horse manure and whatever it is that you idiots eat down there. And instead of taking all of the money, because remember, what's happening down there in Venezuela, he is taxing the bejesus out of any private enterprise that is still left, all right? Out of any private enterprise that is still left. And he's taking that money and doing what with it? Spending it on himself, spending it on his bureaucracy, spending it on his military instead of feeding his people like he promised. Huh? Like he promised. Well, let me tell you something. Venezuela is probably one of the richest countries on the face of the planet because they have the natural resource of oil. That's right. And Hugo Chavez sells that oil on the world market, taking advantage of $80 a barrel oil prices. All right? Now, why is Hugo Chavez having a resort to forcing the people to withstand rolling blackouts when you have a natural resource-rich-based country like Venezuela who, especially in a collective communist system like Chavez, you would think that the government would have allotted enough funds to build more power plants in the country. The whole country, 76% of the country relies on this one power plant that's drying up. It's just drying up, for heaven's sake. So anyway, Hugo Chavez, you are a fat piece of crap. And if anybody happens to know Hugo Chavez's email address, can you please email him this show and tell him that, he's a fat piece of crap, and just because dumbass liberal and feminist Hollywood goes down there and pays him a visit every now and then, doesn't mean that America is going to give a two rat's asses about him. You're a communist piece of crap. We need patriots like McCarthy again. We need patriots like McCarthy. You look at the American history books and how they demonize McCarthy as if he was some sort of crack pipe. He was a patriot! He was a patriot that was exposing the communist coup that was within Hollywood. And it's still around, folks. It's still around. And we can't let it infiltrate our consciousness. We can't let them manipulate our minds. We can't And for all you 4chan and E-bombs, I hope that my little display and it will show you that I'm serious about my political stance. All right, I'm willing to die for what I believe in. All right, I'm willing to go to jail for what I believe in because I believe in the Constitution. I believe in free market capitalism. I believe in it and I will die with it. I will be damned if I embrace the collective. I will be damned if I embrace this misdirected empathy to the poor in America and single whore mothers in America. I will be damned if I accept that. And I'm calling on you once again, the youth of America. I'm calling on you. I'm calling on the Annans. I'm calling on 4chan. I'm calling on E-bombs. I'm calling on everybody out there. Go out there and make your political voice heard. If you're going to prank call CNN, prank call NBC, MSNBC, and stand for something. Stand for something politically. Show them that you're as serious as a heart attack and you're not a bunch of numbskull, dumbass idiots that are just going to accept this sellout session that the baby boomers have given you. You're not going to accept it, and if you do accept it, you're an idiot and you're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart and crumbling it into little pieces. Go out there, youth. Go out there, America, the middle class and the upper middle class. It is your time to rise. This is a government made for the people and by the people, and it's your time. It's you. It's you. It's you. It is your time now. Screw this baby boomer hippie crap. It's your time now. And I'm calling on all of you. I'm calling on all of you to take your opportunity. I'm talking to the intellectual young people, not the elitist liberal assholes. I'm talking about the real young people. You need to stand up for your political rights. And you need to learn about what your parents and the baby boomer generation have done to you and the opportunity within your future. You need to look at this. This is not a joke. This America that we know of taking advantage of the technological age and technological gadgets, it's not going to be around for much longer. All right? And it's time for you to go out and, instead of prank calling me, instead of hacking me, why don't you hack something that's relevant, that'll get you some airtime, that'll get the media spotlighted on you for a purpose, for a cause, to show them that you mean business and you're not a bunch of numbskulls. You're not a bunch of idiots. You're doing this for a cause. You're doing this for a reason. And the reason is because you want the economic opportunity. You want what your parents had and took advantage of and robbed from you. You want this. You don't want to pay for your parents' Social Security when you're not going to have any of it when you're of age. So get up and stand up, folks. Anyway, folks, I might do a show Thursday. It's up to you. You know what to do. Ghostpolitics.blogspot.com. Go click on the sponsors, and if you click on them enough, I'll be here on Thursday, folks. And if not, well, you're a bunch of milky lickers and you're pieces of trash that would rather tickle your ass than listen to true conservative commentary. I'm out of here. Long live the conservative movement and death to feminism.
A Napa guy knows the only way you'd give a freshly minted driver a brand new car is if he promises to never drive it. Instead, let him grind the gears and knock over the neighbor's mailbox in something a little more suited to his skill level. And with over 400,000 parts and a little Napa know-how, he can safely drive something that's nearly as old as he is. It's not perfect, but it's perfect for him. That's Napa know-how.